Good afternoon. For those of you who have not met me, I am Lex Luthor, Gotham City's second favorite son. Back in 1990, I was asked to serve as best man for my good friend Robert Shaw. That was quite an honor, and it sounded like something that would be easy and fun. I understood that there were several duties I was to perform as the best man: throw the bachelor party, have the ring with me at the altar, etc. As far as Bob was concerned, the most important duty of the best man was to see to it that there was a full beer in his hand at all times on the day of the wedding, starting at 8 o'clock in the morning at Haggerty's Bar. So I felt I fully understood my role, and I felt that I could perform reliably. So at the rehearsal dinner, I was asked by several people in the wedding party if I was ready to give the toast. Toast? I pretended to know what they were talking about. As more and more people asked me about the toast, I started to get irritated a little bit. Toast. What the hell are they talking about? I asked another friend of mine what this was all about. And he said, oh yeah, the best man is supposed to give a toast to the bride and groom at the wedding reception at dinner. Ah, well, I can do that. I just received the degree of Bachelor of Science from Allegheny College, so I believed I was capable of giving a toast. And why was everyone asking me if I was so nervous about it? Why should anyone be nervous about giving a toast? So fast forward to the wedding reception. Dottie, the DJ, in the orange hunting cap, announced that it was time for the best man to toast the bride and groom, just as Tito has done. She passed the microphone to the head table, and I endeavored to begin giving the toast. But not everyone was sitting down. Some people were still at the buffet table, and it took like 20 minutes for everyone to slowly make their way back to their seats. And I kept thinking, why is this such a big deal? But finally, everyone was quieted down, and they were staring at me, just like you are now. And I started to get a little nervous. So I picked up the glass of champagne and said, I would like to propose a toast to Bob and Becky, the bride and groom. Cheers. And I lifted the glass, drank the champagne, and sat down. And there was dead silence. Some people laughed, some shrugged their shoulders. There was a little quiet conversation. Finally, Lisa, the maid of honor, turned to me and said, is that it? What? Is that all? What do you mean? Becky, the bride, looked baffled and a little bit angry. Is that all? I just looked around and said, yeah. So everything eventually turned to normal. See, despite being 22 years old and a recent graduate from a prestigious college, I really didn't know shit. The last time I was at a wedding was 1980, and I was 12 years old. And I don't remember any toast then. So I promised myself if I ever had the opportunity to give the toast again, that I would redeem myself. As a wizened and world-weary raconteur, I would give a speech that would be as long as the previous one had been short. And the first thing I would like to do to redeem myself is to deliver a toast to my best friend Bob Shaw and his lovely wife, who have been married for 16 years. They aren't here today, of course, but a digitally recorded excerpt of the speech will be sent to NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, where Bob works as a scientist. Bob Shaw has been my best friend since 8th grade. Bob, you were always there for me. Whether I needed a ride, you were in your 84 Chevy Citation, or later in your brand new Yugo. We shared everything. We shared jobs at Leo's Car Wash. We shared answers on our test papers. We even shared girlfriends, including your lovely wife, Becky. Hey, Becky. Anyway, I love you, man. Here's to you, Bob. Thank you. Now I will move on to today's toast. Garrett, as far back as I can remember, almost for as long as I have known you, you were my brother. If my older brother, Mark, ever beat me up, I could always come running to you and make myself feel better by beating you up. You were someone younger and smaller than me who could be counted on to be there when I needed a punching bag. The system worked beautifully until I turned age 13, Garrett turned age 11, and we wound up being the same size. I knew this special relationship had to change. Instead of beating you, I would win arguments by claiming intellectual superiority. I was always right, and if you disagreed with me, well, you just had a lot of growing up to do. I'll repeat the words Garrett said in the video last night. Garrett and I were very close through school, and we did many of the same things: drawing, acting, singing, and playing guitar. Garrett made many friends in school that I count as my friends to this day. Tito, Mike, Tony, and who are here, and many others. And Garrett was friends with all my friends, too. I feel privileged to have a brother like Garrett, and I feel sorry for people who grew up without a close brother or sister. Our personalities are very similar, and it was like having your best friend living at home with you, and you didn't have to go home at the end of the day. I can't imagine what things would have been like without him. I can't imagine I would have enjoyed high school or college very much if he hadn't come along with me. I think I have an idea of what having a twin brother must be like. When Garrett's around, I feel more like a whole person. Garrett and Jenny, may you take all of life's joys and sorrows equally in stride. Here's a toast to the bride and groom, to Garrett and Jenny.
And now